Hi, everybody. Anybody? Anybody? Hello. So, a couple of days ago, um, I took a video here. It was very windy, and I was talking about how I decided that morning to not go into my usual routine of checking email, social media, news, but rather let that impulse relax. And when I awake, just sort of realize with awareness everything about the situation that I'm in presently, which, when awaking, is lying in bed, opening my eyes, my body starting to come online, my mind starting to come out of the depth of sleep, and thereby entering the day smoothly, gradually, gently, easily. And this is I think it's the fourth, maybe it's just the third day of doing that, but I have been doing it consistently, and I think it's probably just 3 days. But these have been three pretty decent days. And I say that it's all relative. I was just saying this morning to my wife that I can look back now at a month ago and recognize how different I feel, how much more alert or aware or present I feel now versus just 1 month ago. And that the funny thing is, 1 month ago, I would have had the same realization, which is great sort of tracking of continual recovery and reminds me that it's all relative, that things can continue to get better, and to say to you to be patient, which can be really, really difficult when this exhaustion or whatever is driving the difficulty. Well, that was cool. To overwhelm you, just allow. Oh, I don't know if I finished the sentence right, but boy, this has been a long time for me. I thought, as I've said in other videos, that when I was first given sick leave, 1 month was going to be like ridiculously long, way too much. And now it's been over a year, 13 months maybe now. Yeah, about. And I'm still not back to where I have been. And I don't know if I will return there or not. And I'm just going to do what I can with the tools that I have and trust the universe, of which I am the seamless component. And in so I am in that flow of universal energy. I'm not alone, I'm not detached, I'm not floundering, I'm not without source. There is a determination within to. What was it that someone said in a movie? Oh, it was Shawshank Redemption. Either get busy living or get busy dying. So it's some determination within to want to get busy living again. As long as that spark is there, you can get back to a fire. And it can take some time, but it is doable. And in the letting go of the external stimulus of news feeds or information blasting, blitzkrieging the mind, to not integrate those ingredients into the experience of the moment allows the fullness of the moment to really sort of rise to the surface and show itself. And then, with awareness, you can really experience the layers and levels and nuance and subtleties of wherever you are, which is absolutely necessary in order to go beyond that. There's a blue heron right over there. I don't know if you can see it, just standing still in the grass with its neck up. Anyways, just wanted to share that encouragement, and I hope that this is helpful. And I'll do a little commiserating right now for your sake. I'm out right now. I'm out at this pond, of course, and with all these videos, I'm out in the woods, but I think it took a year before I made my first video, so that's a year of being in bed probably half of the time. That's a lot. Sometimes just days in a row, and it's not because I'm lazy. It is because I'm tired, but it's a particular slice of tired, which is, I think, more medical or more, it's like a demand of the brain more than the body, but the body then as well, to just shut down and stop wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. And at first, before I was oriented to it, that might mean that I was doing something or trying to do something somewhere, and then I would experience a catastrophic failure internally and have to just sit down wherever I was or what have you. I've had people come up to me and ask if I was okay, and I was okay. But I was just like catatonic somewhere in public. But that is how it was. And eventually it just, I realized, oh, well, I shouldn't perhaps go out and do these things at this time because it was overwhelming. And so I had to learn to kind of step back and find the ground that I was able to manage, and then go from there. So with the commiserating, I just want to let you know that as difficult as this moment, as this day may be, there is a different moment and a different day ahead, which will feel different in a better way. And allow that to happen. And even when we're facing that final door, which is not the intended recipient audience of these videos, as I'm talking about recovery, but even so, even at that station at the end of our physical life experience here now, it's a transition, it's a passage that every living being is transformed by, will enter, will go through. And what's on the other side, of course, we cannot see or understand completely from here, but it is a surrender to back into the womb of the universe. It is the seamless universe. So even so, at that moment, we are just surrendering on into the infinite abode of all time and space and energy. We do not disappear, we just transform, and the body goes and transforms into other things, into the ground, soil, feeding the planet, returning those energies to their source gradually. And for the spirit, that awake, conscious being, that awareness, that I believe believe as much as through an understanding than a belief. I'm just short on vocabulary, I guess, but yeah, I understand that the awareness basically just has the cap removed off of it, the mask of self, and that once, or perhaps, through some gradual process, but that awareness becomes a member again, or a part again of that larger awareness of all beings. Of course, though, like I said, I don't know for sure. No one quite does. That's my perspective. It's how I see it. It's how I understand it. So even there, don't despair. Know that you are a part of this incredible universe, and your surrender to that final departure gate is as natural as any of these lily pads or ducks or trees. Light, wind, sound, energy of this universe. But back to healing and recovery. That awaits you. That's ahead. So don't despair at that either. And reach out to people, whoever you can. People are understanding. And when they're not understanding, if people are not understanding, or if people are even unkind, they are lost from that point of awareness that would allow them to see you as part of the life that they are also a part of, and to have the true compassion that comes from the extension of your own understanding into the experience of another and their understanding. So if someone is unkind, or if someone is dividing instead of realizing the unity, the seamlessness, they are somewhere feeling like they need to do that to justify their story of life that makes the world make sense to them. And it's a limiting thing. And so we can have and should have compassion for them as well. Hurt people hurt people. But outside of those few, which you may not encounter at all, because generally people are much kinder than you may fear, reach out to people. Find the people around you that are willing to talk. And if there aren't any, that's why I'm here, to give you something. But just know that there's a connection. Whether it's established or not, there's a connection that can be had. And those connections feed each other, complement each other, harmonize with energies, magnify and amplify the experience of life through witnessing the other. And in larger groups together, all the better. And it's about being in that moment. It's not about sticking together through some agreement on an ideology, or see that big blue heron fly up, or politics, religion, identification, whatever. It's about being with people for who they are. And it's about always recognizing that, the wonderful thing here in nature, every single tree is unique. Every tree is unique. Every duck, every wave on the water, every lily pad, every person is different, and it's okay. And it doesn't mean we can't get along and respect them, and that they can't do likewise, and that's all okay. People are different, and we can accept that and enjoy their company. In fact, enjoy their differences and be together in that that warmth and fellowship of realizing we're all alive and we're all struggling in different ways, and we are all in this together. Love you guys. Keep on believing. Keep on, I don't like that word belief. It's cool. It's important to be able to take a leap of faith sometimes, but more often than not, it seems to be, or at least often enough, it seems to be that there's like a gathering of ducks over there. It's kind of cool. There seems to be a false story which people are gathering together around. When that happens, that's a belief into something which can't otherwise be proven because perhaps it isn't quite so. And that kind of belief can lead us astray. It can do some good things for a while, but it might ultimately sort of keep us from being where we really want to be, which is in the undefined moment, the ineffable now. So I forgot what I was using the word belief for, but, well, no, that's right. Just know that there's warmth ahead. Know that there's light ahead. Know that there is wonder ahead. And that there's a way out, and that along the way there's plenty of things to appreciate if you really look, and to wonder with awe at. And that brings a sensation of inspiration and sort of electrified living. And that's inspiring. And I believe it's, again, there's that word, anyways, certainly a part of the healing process. It's tough not to get caught up in semantics, and I don't want to do that overly much to distract from the message. Nevertheless, certain words carry a weight or an implication which may detract from the intended meaning. So sometimes it's worth it. All right, so again, love you everybody. Be strong, but when you can't, be weak. Surrender, relax, and keep going on. Okay, till the next one, be well. Love each other. Bye-bye.